How's it going, everybody? Ragiroth here, joined by my friend DrAssGoblin again.
Hey!
So today for Memorial Day, which is weird they're doing this on Memorial Day, but they're streaming gameplay of Sheeva and Robocop. We'll talk about them like they do in the usual Kombat Casts. I did one of Fujin last week. I was obviously more excited for that one, but still good, to do this one, and actually got it set up after a while of tinkering with it. So all right, we'll get this started. We're able to start like basically the beginning of it and go. Cool, I finally changed it.
You look so good.
The Kombat Kast starts now.
Hello and welcome to the final Kombat Cast. Oh, there Derek is again. Final Kombat Cast right before the Aftermath launch tomorrow. We're so excited to be here and show you the final two characters in Aftermath. Let's run down real quick who we got with me.
Stephanie Bromback, Senior QA Analyst.
Derek Kurtzik, believer that sprinkles should be on all food.
Even hot dogs?
Yeah, even hot dogs.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm Tyler Lansdowne, Community Manager at NetherRealm Studios, and we are here to talk about the final two characters of Mortal Kombat Aftermath. One thing that I'm very excited about that I just thought of today is that I have not played these characters or played the story because we've been, of course, under quarantine. Hope everyone is staying safe. So this is the first time I'm excited with the fans to try this stuff out the moment it drops. So I'm very excited.
We are less than 1 day away. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Very, very cool. Very cool. So hope everyone, again, like I said, is staying safe. And today we're going to go through some characters of Aftermath and a few other things. And then the waiting begins, and we'll all be playing it together tomorrow. And we're all very excited about that. I guess let's start out. We're going to talk about Sheeva.
Okay.
I, for one, am very excited about Sheeva. We've talked about this. I love grappling characters, and I cannot wait to dive in. Stephanie, tell me more.
Well, Sheeva debuted in MK3, and yeah, she is a grapple character, rushdown character,
I love his mask.
power, big
mask is so
damage,
cool.
big combos. Yeah. And one of the neat things in this game is we introduced her using a shield. She carries it, it's on her back. She can switch hands, which uses it, has spikes, so she uses it as like a bludgeoning weapon, also a sharp weapon. And she has a bunch of normal attacks and special moves that use it. It's pretty neat.
Well, let's just do a quick walkthrough of how Sheeva navigates the playing field.
Well, I think one of the cooler things is how she uses her forearms in normal attacks. She has a lot of multi-hit punching moves.
Damn.
That string's cool because it reminds me of her MK3 chain combo. Let's see, she has a lot of throws, yeah.
Just brutal.
Yeah, she hits really hard. The into to her fatal blow is the punch walk, is fast.
Hashtag punch walk, everybody.
Yeah, I was really glad to see that again.
I want hashtag punch walk to
is looking
trend.
better than ever.
Yeah, Soul Changer looks incredible.
So cool.
So that's sort of how Sheeva moves around the playing space and how she just overpowers.
That was like a meme with MK
adversaries. Let's take a look at some of her her normal moves from.
Right.
Can she punch walk? I didn't see that.
So starting off,
she does it
she has
in the start of her fatal blow.
Overhead. It has a crushing blow, and the requirement is to punish a low attack. So you can see here, she's gonna counter hit that down 3 and then break her nose.
Just go right over.
Pretty awesome away 3 too.
This is my favorite string. I just think it looks awesome. It's a very fast mid and overhead.
That is cool.
She can either end it quick or go through the full thing. Very easy to hit confirm. This is her forward 1, which is like her best long range string. She doesn't get like a ton of easy hit confirm damage off of it, but the range is great. This is her knee, and it's her fastest mid. It does not have the range of forward one, but it's really, really quick and safe.
It's just like
And then
the
she has a couple-
UMK3 combo too.
Yeah, which I love to see. I also love that one of her grabs is a tribute to her UMK3, where she would throw and then do a standing high kick.
Right.
I love all the little Easter eggs from past games that
hardly
show
ever
up
played
in,
it
since
when
back
characters
then, but
return.
that's
It's pretty
cool.
awesome. Let's take a look at the default specials for Sheeva.
So to start off, she has her fireball. I think it's
I do like that.
better than it's ever been. It's pretty fast. The amplified version is a mid, which is
That's cool. It
great
becomes
for
like
like
kinda blue
fireball
when she amplifies
exchanges.
Yeah. Changes the color.
This is her back forward 4. It is a throw strike move. Great for ending combos.
I love it. It holds it
can,
with her two arms, and then the other dude's like pitch
Do a
slap.
ton of damage by amplifying it, and it does dot damage.
Hey, you gotta have
And it armor breaks, so it's a pretty all-purpose move. Her stomp is,
Stomp is back.
you know, it's her trademark move. It's exactly what you want. It's unblockable. It's trolly. It has a crushing blow if she does not miss it 3 times and amplifies it. It does not have to be 3 in a row. Sorry, you had a question?
No.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to be hit 3 times in a row. It just can't miss. So you can like do 2 in the first round, then have it loaded for the third or whatever. She can also hold block to stay in the air a little bit longer to trick you if you try to
I love her
back
pictures,
dash or
like-
forward dash out of the way. So it's maybe the most fun thing about
Actually,
playing
gonna
her.
delay the drop.
But then I'm like, oh
Which
wait,
is awesome.
Yes.
picture.
Yeah, you'll actually see them look up and then she comes down late.
Does it cost any
There might
meter
be
or
a very-
anything to delay the drop?
No, it does not. It's pretty nice.
We might see a variation later that will do some things to the stomp too, so we'll get to that here in a little
Yes.
bit. Let's take a look at variation 1.
So
Oh,
variation
fuck.
1
I
is
like the
kind of
outfit.
stomped
I like the hair
based.
as well.
First she gains this anti-air grab. And anti-air grab are actually, I believe all of them are buffed across the board in this patch. I know for a fact Shao Kahn's and Terminators and hers are. This one amplifies and do really big damage. And it's great for if the opponent is trying to jump out of her stomp move. So you can see here
I
she
love
gets
that
a
Ramakit outfit that she's got.
juicy combo.
Yeah, it's like a really nice like color scheme.
It also has a crushing blow if you do the regular and then amplify it. So like you hit with the regular, the opponent tries to jump again, you can do the amplify. Then in this variation, she gets her MK3 Tremor move, which is like a shorter version of the stomp. It's unblockable. It's like a ground pound basically.
R.I.P.
And then she can, in this variation, change the direction that she stomps. If you hold forward or back, she can go in front of the opponent or behind the opponent. So it's like if you predict that they're going to try to... Sorry?
Oh, I was just gonna say some Sheeva mind games.
Right, like you predict they're going to try to forward dash out, you can actually hold back and then go drop down to where they're going to be dashing, which is really obnoxious for the opponent.
I think we had talked also about how her tremor move, you can kind of use that for some trickery too and get your anti-air grab out as well.
Yes, when Tremor and Anti-Air Grab are equipped in the same loadout, she can actually do the Anti-Air Grab as an amplify. So what I mean is like you can do the Tremor, amplify it to hold up, and she'll go into the Anti-Air Grab. So if they try to jump over the second hit of the Tremor, you'll actually grab them out of the air and then get a combo, which is super fun. So it's like...
More mind games.
Yeah, so it's almost like two abilities are... I mean, it is. Two abilities are linked together and have this added benefit if you use them together.
Right
And
on.
its skin's kind of like a classic throwback too.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like the hair. She has the default mohawk is super cool. Then she has a bunch of different helmets and then a couple of different hair options.
Right on. Let's take a look at variation 2.
So this one is shield based. She gets 3 different special moves. She gets a shield
She looks pretty cool
charge.
like that.
It's
Yeah.
great for closing space and it leads to combos. She also gets this
It's like a
shield
katana color
spin.
for her.
When you amplify that, she knocks them away, and this is a crushing blow. And it's for just doing it
I mean,
3
they just
times.
look at all.
So the third time you do it, you're going to get really big damage for your combos. And then she gets the
Oh, yeah.
shield toss, and this replaces her standard fireball. So this you can hold it, and it will absorb projectiles, like blast through them, into a crushing blow and do additional damage. So like, if she holds it, releases it, Sub-Zero does Ice Ball, it'll go past his Ice Ball, blow that up, it's off screen, and then she gets a crushing blow.
Awesome. That's great. So more of a weapons-based version of Sheeva for that one.
Exactly. So she gets counter zoning, better mid range, and then probably the best combos, or some of the best combos she can have. And
Let's take a look at the final variation, which I am super excited about.
yeah, this one is super fun to me. It's 50-50 mix-up based and rush-down based. So she gets this Death March, which is like a stance. She can start charging forward, and you can cancel it, or you can let it go and do the Big Boot. The Big Boot's a high, but it's plus on block. And it has a Crushing Blow if you let her run across the whole screen.
Is that better?
And then she also has other options from it. She can do the back three, which I showed earlier, which is the overhead. She can pop you up and get combos. So it's like combo starter,
I love
mix
that.
up tool, cancel tool, all in one. Then she gets the slow grab. And this leads to an amplified, which sets up dot damage. And the dot is if they
I know
backdash
that she has,
or
like,
jump
more
out,
moves
so it
where
like
she
limits their
grabs by the
mobility,
leg, like
or they're going to take a bunch of damage. And then she also gets a crotch grab. And that leads to a combo starter as well. And she can actually do that twice in the same round to cash out
That is fucking
for,
brutal.
like, big damage.
Oh man.
So see, you can see she has a crotch grab and a low grab, which is the mix-ups like sell themselves. She can do like any of her overhead strings, do the low instead. She can mix up the back three overhead and the low grab. She could just run up and just do them raw. Like, this is the version for sure if you just want to do high-low mix-ups all day, that's what I want to do.
And just grab, 2-player animations all over the place, like just exactly what I'm looking for. I'm very excited to play Sheeva for sure.
Right, like a simple
That says
example
Tyler all over it.
would
Yep,
be
it
her
does.
back two is mid overhead, and you can do back two and then cancel into the low. And that's going to keep them guessing. So the options are unsafe, but it's like high risk, high reward play style. Like, it's a total YOLO, like just go ham, mix them up. You're going to do a lot of damage, you're going to take a lot of damage if you're wrong, but Shokan don't care.
Right. And just like Fujin,
Just
there,
quick.
a lot of different
Shokan
types of
gives-
players
gives
will want to
nice
play her for the different variety of variations she does have, because they all play very differently.
Yeah, they're all like kind of like high risk, like mix up, but it's different styles. Like, it's like grabs, 50-50s, and then the stomp mix ups, and then kind of more honest footsies of the shield variation that all kind of. So it depends on how you want to play the high damaging play style that suits you, with still being in that archetype that she has.
Gotcha. Well, let's take a look at the Fatal Blow.
Oh, the retro stage. Nice.
Oh, I guess that's the walk.
Yeah, it's basically like she does the punch walk to initiate like the fatal blow.
I think she
cool.
turned
And
out
the retro
super
grade.
rad.
I love how she just kicks him at the end.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
excited when I
Get outta
heard
here.
that she
Get
was going to
away.
be in the game, and now that I've seen how she plays, I'm just like everybody who's watching the stream right now. I just want to play the game. And
Yeah.
that'll be coming very soon.
By the way, my favorite thing about Retro Crate. Okay, so the projector is cool, but the classic arcade games in the background is like Rampage World Tour and Primal Rage are back
Oh.
there. Like, come on, that's
I think they
amazing.
did that, yeah.
I like the hanging
take a look at the fake-
cardboard cutouts. I think that's my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are incredible. Absolutely. Let's take a look at the Fatality.
I think this is maybe my favorite in Aftermath.
Okay, so this is the one we've seen in the trailers. Ooh.
I did, yeah, I love that.
Nice.
It gives me a
that-
The
Predator
audio
vibe
is
with the
so
skull.
gross.
a little bit, yeah. It's like a
A reverse Predators.
yeah, it's like a reverse
I want to
Predator
give big
one.
ups to
Love
the
it.
social team who put. You probably all saw the meme they did with the reporter and that Fatality last week. That was just perfection. Like, so good.
Yeah.
So that right there is Sheeva, and we'll be playing her tomorrow. Grabs, mix-ups, just a ton of damage, maybe a little
Yeah.
YOLO, and that if that's what you like, let's go.
Yeah, I think she'll be a pretty cool addition to the meta because she kind of reminds me of like the Terminator, where it's just going crazy, everything's doing good damage, it's all high risk, it's very fast paced. I think it's a lot of fun. Like, once I started seeing her animations and started really playing her, I'm like, oh my god, like she's just an absolute brawler. It's super fun.
Real cool.
And she also has a lot of cool moves too that we're not showcasing as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
has
there's a
some
lot of stuff
abilities
that, like-
that weren't in
Go
a
ahead.
tournament loadout that are pretty neat too.
Be able to explore those tomorrow when Aftermath launches. Again, you can pre-order Aftermath still, any of the versions you want to set up your game how you want it, and you'll get the Eternal Clash skin pack, which we're very excited about. We've seen a lot of those in some of the trailers with the Scorpion, the Frost, and the Sub-Zero skins. Super fantastic. Real
wait for
quick, before we move on to
Yeah.
RoboCop, which I'm also excited about, we're going to talk. There is a balance match coming with this for the game, and there's Stephanie was just going to go through a couple things you might see in that, and we'll let it come out for you all to read it later to see what happens to your characters and whatnot. But Steph, you want to go through a couple characters right now?
Yeah, so I chose 3 to go over, and this is not the complete thing. So there are a lot of balance changes, but they are somewhat small. We took a lot of look at like frames, a lot of damage changes, but we did not want to change like everything about the game. Like it's not a massive reworking. We're pretty happy with the meta and balance of the game right now, but we did want to look at some of the minutia. So I picked 3 examples of characters that are getting some pretty cool buffs. First is Raiden. So his back 1-2 is like his main footsie tool. That's the main mid-range move you want to do, and it's now a little bit safer. And the cool
I heard
thing is the
Raiden
throw
is
at the end,
considered
back
that great.
1-2, 1+3 is now an actual throw. So if the opponent tries to like jab him out of it, he'll actually interrupt and then grab them and get the damage. So they could, if they read that, they can punish it. But if they're reading that and trying to duck it, then they're not doing the full punish that they normally would. So it makes his neutral game a little bit safer and a little bit more of a guessing game to use, which is cool. We also looked at the crushing blow requirement for his electric fly, the torpedo. It is the same, but the requirement has been pushed a little bit closer. So he doesn't. It's to do the Superman from like full screen. It's now a little bit closer, so it's a little bit better with punishing.
That's good.
And then another thing we looked at is his storm cell, which is like his main pop-up. You can now not break away till the last hit. So before you could break away during even the first hit of it, and then Raiden would be left open for like eternity. Like he could go consult the Elder Gods, come back, and still get punished. So now they're going to have to only break away at the very end, being a little bit harder to deal with. And there's like 5 other changes, but those are kind of fun ones to preview. We'll also talk about Scarlet with her.
Ooh,
Her
my girl.
4-4 used to be high, and it's now high-mid. So that is this really good advancing string that's like advantage on block, but it was super punishable because it was too high. So now the last hit is a mid. So if the opponent is sitting there ducking and the second hit would have previously whiffed, it's now going to be blocked and she'll be left at advantage. Another thing with Scarlet is her blood port is a little bit faster. That's her teleport. It's like 4 frames faster, I think. So it's not like instantaneous, but it should be a little bit better for mobility. And then lastly with her, I'm excited
I feel like I
about
always
this
get like
because I love
punished
them.
when I do
Her
that.
back 2 now
Just a little
has
thing.
significantly more advantage on hit. I think it's like 10. So that means when the move connects, she has a lot more time to like, she can go for another one because that's the crushing blow, or she can do, a throw or whatever media she wants, and she'll have a lot more time to get out her attack before the opponent can do like a wake up. And then like Raiden, she has a couple others, like her back 1-2 has some frame data changes and stuff like that. And then lastly, a lot of people have wondered about Shao Kahn. So last week I mentioned that his 4-3-4 is now special
I know
cancel.
Shao Kahn. I think he definitely.
And that also has a change like Raiden, where the throw is now a
He's
true
considered one of the
throw.
worst,
So
unfortunately.
same applies to there. But another move we looked at is his back 3. And it's changed across the board. It's faster, it does more damage, and it has an all-new hit reaction. It now just sets up combos easily. Like he can, I don't play Shao Kahn, and I can just easily train him to do a big combo. Like he can just walk up and do his back 1 or whatever. So it's still an unsafe mid, but it's a little bit faster, and it's much better for doing combos. And then lastly, most characters only have 1 armor breaking move. He actually has 3. So we already talked about his downward shoulder charge, but both of his anti-air moves, his anti-air grab and his anti-air spear, also break armor. So he's like the armor breaking master, which makes sense since he's like
The boss
10
character.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
So he has a lot of options if you're trying to break away from him, which is
That's
pretty
good.
cool.
Well, that's great. We'll have the patch notes out soon. There's no ETA on that, but keep following us on Twitter, and when they show up, you'll see them. So there we go. That's just a couple things. There's look at your character when they come out. But that's what we're going to tell you right now. But I think it's now time to move into RoboCop. You want to talk a little bit how RoboCop plays, Steph?
RoboCop is a pretty, I'd call him like a variety character. Like his normal
That's good.
attack base
I like
is
variety.
pretty basic. He just kind of does big boots and punches you in the face. I
Big
mean, it's
boots.
RoboCop. Like he's not doing like karate. That would be super weird. But his
Right.
special moves, he uses
Good.
all his weapons. And that's where he gets interesting. He can be a zoner. He actually has a command throw. He can be a trap character with like caltrops
Oh, wow.
and stuff. So it's kind of like his base move set is real simple. He's just a powerhouse. Like he does jabs and uppercuts and stuff. But then his special move is where you as the player can shape the play style that you want, which is kind of cool.
He brings a full armory to the table too. Like you're going to see
Yeah.
that here in a few minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
he's got like a
let's
little
take
bit of
a look at how he
everything.
walks across the map.
Sure about that.
So this string is 4-2, and it's kind of like his baseline like go-to string. It's got a crushing blow.
Nice.
It's good for punishing.
That.
One neat thing is
Interesting
he
sweep
uses,
there.
yeah, he uses his guns and his data spike a lot.
I love the auto
It's
knife.
pretty cool.
And that.
Yeah, I love that throw.
Both of his throws have crushing blows.
Oh, okay.
Typical crushing blow requirement, which is
I
always
like
really
that
strong in this game.
I don't remember it. The shield, anyway. That's
Spikes
from
coming out of his
RoboCop
feet.
too.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you think their data spikes as well? Like, can he upload stuff with his feet?
Uh,
Yeah,
Probably.
I guess
I think that's-
just
I think that's
be a little-
canon. Sure.
more
Let's take a look
funky
at
to
his normals.
Okay, so yeah, his 4-2 is awesome as a stagger
You
string.
do karate.
You can do throws after it.
It's like very like
You can
clunky
loop it.
karate.
I'll do the
Yeah.
crushing blow here. This is just for doing a counter hit or punish.
It's cool they gave him black blood. I just wish they gave
This is
like
RoboBop. His
Noob
back two,
Saibot
he
or
spots you, and
Black
it's like his
Blood.
combo starter.
Yeah.
RoboBop.
This is like oil or something.
So this is
Yeah.
interesting. His back one is like his fastest hit,
Oh,
and the bombs are
I
part
love
of
the
normal.
rocket.
So close, medium, or far. So it's like a
I just said a
special move,
rocket.
basically.
rockets explode!
His back three is a low with really good range. He doesn't really have like a great overhead to mix them up, but it's pretty good. And this is like his main pop-up, forward 4. Really good range, decently fast, but the last hit's a high, so you can just duck and
He's
punish
about
it.
as
So you can't
fast
just
as
do it
he
willy-nilly, but
in the
if you like whiff in front of him, you're gonna get hit by that. Bigly damage.
Because he's slow in the original movie,
Big
but he's
lead
quick in the remix. So you're kind of like,
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some specials.
the speed
from
goes in.
default.
So this is his default loadout. He of course has the auto
Course,
9, and
whatever.
it is a great projectile. It's super fast. You can amplify it for really good damage.
Oh, okay, so you can
Cobra
get
And
that.
the Cobra Cannon is awesome.
God.
So probably the notable thing here is the pushback on block when you amplify it, which I'm about to show. You go
oh, that is
way
fucking
back.
sick.
So if you're trying to slowly
It's a
advance
cannon.
through this, yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Oh wow.
And while it's a high, the other two hits are mid, so if you're trying to slowly advance, you can push you way back and just start that zoning over again.
Ooh.
Then he's got
Ooh,
this
that's-
shoulder cannon,
You got like some
is
yeah, that's kind of a Cyrax move.
pretty similar to bombs in the past game. They're great for space control. He can put them out, force you to move. Then he has an anti-air gun, which is
Oh, nice.
really fast, covers a ton of space, recovers pretty fast. And he has this neat parry, and this is cool because it actually parries projectiles, well, it absorbs them. And it acts as a parry for normal attacks, so I think we're about to show it. And this has a crushing blow, and the requirement is to parry a wake-up attack. And this is one of my favorite crushing blows in Aftermath because it's simple, but it's so satisfying.
I do like that.
So the shield is
I
kind of
do love
cool
that.
because he's got this really good zoning.
You can use
And
that
it's very
assault
hard to
cannon.
advance because of the Cobra Cannon
Yeah.
pushback. And if you try to counter with your
I honestly thought he
projectile,
would just
you
use
can
that
absorb
like
your own
his throws or
projectile.
like his
And then
fatal
even when
blows.
you get in close,
Yeah.
he has a parry. So it's pretty cool.
I love the
And
new
then the,
reaction when the Kano had, where when you did the grab off of his wake up was really cool.
And then the shoulder cannon, that's directable, right, Stephanie?
Exactly, yes. You can put
And
that in
then
front of
also
where they're
if-
going to be behind them. Yeah.
And if you amplify it, it gives it different properties to how the shoulder cannon will actually work.
Regular base, it will just knock you over and do more damage, but variations have different version of it that we're probably going to see pretty soon.
Ooh.
Let's take a look at variation 2.
Well, this is variation 1.
Oh, what variation 1? Sorry, my bad.
So
Oh,
this
that's
has a
cool
command
looking.
grab,
Yeah.
picks you up with status spike. And the
Oh, I
fun
guess
thing
we
is
know
if
he
he
has a black
amplifies
color,
it, he
even
can
though-
turn you around
Yeah, that's
Hello.
or actually carry
that
you
is
for
cool. I like
for
that.
really far wall carry. And it's super fun to do because you're picking him up like they're a child or something.
That's not that far off.
And this
right?
has a crushing blow.
Yeah, man.
It's true. For punishing a wake-up roll. So like the idea would be if you throw them into the corner, you think they're going to try to roll out of the corner, roll past you,
Super
you
cocky.
pause, do that, they're going to take a lot of damage. Then he has this advancing or retreating auto 9.
Oh, so it's kind of like what
And
happened
he'll
last
slowly
time.
walk forward or back,
Yeah.
and you decide at what point you want to let it go, or you can cancel it. You also look really intimidating, which I think is important.
The animation
And then
team
what?
You
nailed
can
the
customize the
stealth,
Cobra
too.
Cannon too.
It's
which is
so
really
good,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then lastly, he gets these amplified
I don't want
bombs,
chicken
which,
wings.
as Derek was saying earlier, have a different reaction. Now they shock you, and he gets a combo starter.
That reminds me of the Predator with the
So this
mines,
variation
the-
has a command
Yeah,
grab
it does.
and significantly better space control with his bombs. Like the reward is better.
Awesome. Love the
That's
command
sick.
grab there and being able to turn around and just walk with them. That's awesome.
It's very, very fun. It's, yeah, very obnoxious.
Let's take a look at variation 2.
So this one is probably the best zoning one. His auto 9 becomes this low gun. Hits mid.
Wow,
I'm
that
just
whole
calling out low
outfit
gun
is very,
because he
very-
goes low.
The Robocop for
But this is
I know,
super
they just
fast,
changed it
and it
to
has a
that.
crushing blow for going under a projectile.
Ooh.
Man,
Hate to see that
does
happen.
that all the time.
He also gains
I
this
love the flame.
flamethrower, which is awesome for pressure.
RIP sector.
Because they're not knocked down, and then he gets a lot of advantage. He can go up, do his forward 2 pressure, do a throw, whatever. If the opponent hits a button, they're taking a huge risk. And then he gains this rocket, which to me is the star of this variation. It is awesome. It is super fast.
Oh, I like
It has a long trail. It's really good if the opponent's jumping around like a maniac. It will anti-air like crazy. It is a high, but it's very difficult to react to. It's like one of those projectiles where the opponent's going to use a lot of mental energy, just kind of looking for it to duck.
All right.
And so basically,
and
with,
I
like, that
love the
variation-
skin there too.
So with like that variation, you basically would kind of want to zone for a while, and if they start to get close, use the flamethrower to push them right back, right?
Exactly. So it's like pretty good mix up close to the flamethrower, and then I think the best zoning that he has for sure, and counter zoning with the crushing blow from the low gun.
Yeah,
That's
Rift
a
Rockers.
wild crushing blow.
And
That's all I'll say. Let's go into variation 3.
So this one is like
oh,
trap based,
Yeah,
Boon
but first he gets
209.
the shoulder
Oh my
charge.
god.
This is armor breaking,
Yeah.
and it has a crushing
It's
blow
a
on
sector
by
color.
itself for countering from full screen.
Clever.
Yeah, I think I'm doing it as an armor break now.
Yep.
So this is an
feel
example of an
damage.
armor. Oh yeah, that's a lot. This is an example of an armor breaker that's only in one specific variation, which is there's like 7 to 10 characters that have an armor breaker like that. So you're going to have to decide if you want that armor breaking. You're going to give up like the low auto 9 or the command grab in variation 1 and too, but you'll have the access to that. So it's always the balancing act of what do you prioritize.
Right. We have another video still for Variation 3.
So this changes his bombs. Instead of the regular bombs, he gets these police strip, and that will do dot damage. It kind of works like Aaron Black's acid. And if he amplifies it, it becomes tear gas. So this normally does dot, but then also, if the opponent sits in it too long, they'll get stunned, and then he gets a combo.
Yeah, has he ever done
And
that?
he can have both out at the same time, which
The only
really,
thing
you can
I've
see his
seen
life
where
bar
the,
really adds up.
in the miniseries,
Melted
Then he also
sticky
gets
bomb thing.
electrify
That's
move,
not
and what this does is if the opponent attacks him, they will take damage. So this makes him like
Oh, so it's kind of like the noxious.
the king of closing out games. Like he can poop out a bunch of the caltrops, turn on the electric thing, and then the opponent, if they're just standing there, they're gonna die. If they attack them, they're gonna die. So they're just gonna die. So if they have like 5% left, he's just
bottom line, they're gonna die.
you're going to die.
Yeah,
Solid
so-
plan.
I
That's a
mean,
solid plan.
And
Welcome to
nasty in
that.
the corner too, probably as well. using all those
Exactly.
traps. Right on. Let's take a look at the
Yeah.
fatal blow. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say after this.
Cool.
I love it.
I love Ed 209. The roar always gets me. That's so awesome.
Oh yeah.
Why does he
It is
roar?
awesome.
Because it can.
So you were gonna say something before the fatal blow there?
I always figured this was
Just overall, you can see what I mean. Where his normal attacks are just what are my 3 ranged moves? Like what there's not a lot of complex stuff here. But then his variations, the special moves are where it's like, oh, I feel like being a grappler or a zoner or a trap-based character or whatever, which is a pretty neat design thing, I think.
Absolutely. And let's look at a fatality.
Shoots him in the dick, by the way.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's actually a pretty fast fatality.
Yeah. Look at his head.
That little bonk is one of my favorite sound designs in that whole thing with the grenade hits him in the head.
Yeah.
So that is RoboCop, and just like the other characters we've shown for Aftermath, a lot of different styles that any type of player can find their home somewhere in RoboCop, Fujin, or Sheeva. I would say. Would you agree with that?
Definitely. And like a lot of the guest characters, they're pretty easy to pick up and play. Like, you can have some complex, like, mix-up options with a special move if you want. But, like, his normal attacks, like, if you are you're the type of player that you play through story mode and you just want to arrest bad guys with RoboCop, like, he has a very simple, easy-to-use moveset if you just want to do 4-2-1 and throws and get some wins, you're good to go.
Right on.
Did we see the black
Derek,
color?
I believe you have some stuff to
a
talk
black
about, but
color.
also you're going to start with
But it was like a black and
birthday
yellow
shout-outs.
Birthday shout-outs, you say?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
did.
Absolutely birthday shout-outs. Here we go. The most electrifying man. Luke Kang.
Dwayne Johnson?
No, a different one.
Okay.
Murray Franklin.
Luke Kang, 624-26513. Sure. Ethan Roberts, Zach Murphy, Dion Solano, Musical Noodle, Master Freezy, Burridge Nolan, Eric Tran, Noble Samij, just turned 21, Brett Beeling, Tony Declan, Kelly and Cassidy Pahan, Hector Sanchez. We're halfway through. Brian Wing, Dan Weiland, Jackie Martinez, Cami Magnuson, my life partner Chevy Hussein, Rocco Marquez, John Anderson, Little Jandy, and
John
a
Anderson.
very special birthday shout out to the OG Quan Chi. Michelangelo is turning 32.
Oh.
All right, there's our birthday shout-outs, but Derek, that's not all. you have some other things to talk about, towers and such, yes?
Yeah, so we have a few small changes that we've done to towers. So the rapid and the heroic tower platforms, the modifiers will now actually be affecting both players. So before, you were kind of fighting against the AI and they had these modifiers that would assist them. Now it will affect both players in those two tower platforms. You will also receive more consumables as rewards. We've increased the amount that drop so that people are using more consumables for more difficult content. And of course, you're going to be seeing augments drop out of almost every tower. And again, we're very excited for you guys to get this new augment update. And then a small change that we also made to the Combat League is you can do friendly matches after a set. So if you had just fought somebody and you're like, oh man, I want to fight that person again, you can. It's one of the post-match options that you'll be able to play against that person right after that. And it doesn't go into your Combat League stats or anything like that. It's more of just like a private match.
I've had that happen a lot where I'll play somebody who like beats me. I'm like, oh, I was so close to beating them, but I want more matchup knowledge with that player and how they were playing. And now you get that opportunity to maybe if they accept that, you can kind of learn more for the character you're playing and things like that. So thank you, Derek. That sounds awesome. So we're less than a day away. It's tomorrow morning. Like Aftermath will be in everyone's hands. Remember, you can pre-order to get the skin pack. Anything else anyone wants to say before we go in?
Okay, to everybody, before you rush into training mode and start looking at gameplay changes, play story mode. It's awesome. Don't be one of those people that's too cool for story mode. Nobody's too cool for story mode. It rules. Shang Tsung's amazing in it. Play it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I can't agree more.
Derek?
I can't agree more.
Yeah,
I'm super excited for people to tell us how they feel about the story, the expansion. We've never done anything like this before.
I'm very proud of all the teams who put work into, of course, the story mode. I sit near cinematics, so I steal their snacks a lot. So I'm really proud of all of them. I'm excited for them to see all the good stuff once this thing comes out and people play it. I cannot wait. The first thing I'm going to do is just play through the entire story in one sitting. And I know that it's a longer. There's going to be some stuff to do, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Other than that, tomorrow is the day. We're all very excited. We're so glad. And thank you for being available. I'm so glad we were able to do these streams. Thanks to the team behind the scenes who's been doing this. Boyer, who's been running us through this whole thing today. Zach, the whole team who's been helping us do this. It's been really awesome that we were able to pull this off. And now we just have to wait for Aftermath to drop, and we're all very excited. So I guess until then, we'll see you again on the Kombat Kast soon. Everybody, please stay safe and enjoy Mortal Kombat Aftermath.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna have that lady staring at me in my night.
yeah, the Stephanie Brown back, just like looking at you in your sleep.
You know what's funny is like I turn around to grab a snack or grab my Oreos or look at my phone, check a message, and I look back at the screen and I just get shit. No, seriously. Sheeva's cooler than I thought she was gonna be.
Yeah, I am more impressed with her than I thought I would be.
Still kind of not like hyped for her.
Yeah, I mean, there's still so many other characters that would have taken over her, but I mean,
it's honestly just because you have Fujin, you have RoboCop, and then you got Sheeva.
Yeah,
know. And,
I mean, I guess like it's a little easier for me because it's like. I guess we knew she was coming for like over a year now because she was in the data and she was in the story mode. So it's like, it's like whatever. But I mean, yeah, it's like Fujin and RoboCop are just like, at least in our opinions, just a lot more exciting. I mean, Fujin, for me is a tremendous deal. Obviously we're both still very bugged. RoboCop doesn't have anything, well, at least that we know of from the 2014 reboot. I think we're like 5 of the people that are upset about that, but
I know, and it's like I like both of them. I like the original movie, and I like the 2014 reboot. I don't know why you have to be either a traditionalist or a modernist. Like, why can't you like both?
Yeah, my thing is, it's like I feel like RoboCop didn't really he doesn't have that many designs, so it's like
no, I mean
that black to kind of fill that slot up with another outfit,
Yeah, except for that one stupid helmet that just says like obey.
Yeah, I know they have like such silly outfits, and it's like, come on. I mean, yeah, or helmets, not outfits, helmets. That's what I figured. It's like I figured like to get the full costume maybe was a problem because it didn't match up with the rest of his model. But it's like
Yeah, but the model is sleek and he's quick. Like
yeah,
absolutely, and we saw that because there was that black skin with like the yellow stripe on, or at least that's what it
yeah.
looked.
I do hope there's one that's just like all black or maybe like black with a little bit of red. Like black and yellow is fine, but it's like I just want like black.
If
if we can't have the skin, just give us like a plain black color with a red visor. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like I have a feeling it's gonna be like one or the other. It's just gonna be like red with a black visor or black with no.
Yeah, they'll just find some way to like not fully do it. Like, no,
I mean, that looks cool.
movie at all.
I know. It's like, come on.
Stupid. I mean, otherwise he looks great. It's like I'm still
But I
happy with
like-
the game. It just sucks that that sexy design can't be in.
I know. I really wanted to. I actually just watched the remake earlier this morning.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because when we were starting to do this, the Suicide Squad was on, and obviously now I think of RoboCop because
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman. But yeah, no, I mean they're both pretty cool. I mean, obviously I was probably a little more hyped with the Fujin cast last week, but that's to be expected. Like, come on.
Well, they did what they. I like what they did with RoboCop. Is the same thing that I liked what they did with Alien and Predators. They kind of went outside of the lore a little bit and made weapons for him that I haven't seen in the movies or the miniseries. Like the rocket. I was pointing this out a bunch in the video too. The wrist rocket, the wrist flamethrower. That's like a type of variation of what he had in RoboCop 3, where he puts the flamethrower on his arm.
Yeah, it's like he kind of had like add-ons to that or something.
Yeah, so they just put it all in one little mechanism. That was pretty cool. But then he had the mines that he throws in the ground. It was like, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. The tear gas. Yeah. I like that you can just like have. I don't know who's dropping the Cobra assault cannons for him.
Yeah, it's funny. He just like drops out of nowhere.
Maybe there's like a drone or something upstairs or up in the sky.
I was gonna say it's like his I forget what her name was, like the female partner from the movies, like
Ann Lewis, yeah.
Maybe she's like dropping them from like a helicopter or something.
Oh my god!
But they look pretty cool. I'm excited for tomorrow. And yeah, I also wanted to say that we don't know if there's more DLC characters coming. So if this is it, this will be the last MK11 reaction video I ever do. Hopefully it's not, but I guess if it is a good note to end on. So I just want to say, in case it is though, it was pretty fun talking about this game. I mean, I'm still gonna do some MK11 videos, but thanks for everyone who came with me on this journey. And yeah, hopefully there's more, but if there's not, it's been fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think that's about it. Anything else you wanted to say?
No, that wraps it up. Hopefully we get some new characters that we can another one of these. If not, I'm satisfied. I'm perfectly satisfied.
Yeah. All right. So as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.